important to salt your food while you're cooking and not just throw a bunch of salt on to try to season it afterwards. Let's check on our potatoes. When I put my fork in, it falls apart. That means that it's ready. So I'm gonna grab my colander so that I can drain out all the water. And I'm just gonna pour it right back into the same pot that I boiled it. Great. I'm using a masher, but if you don't have one, feel free to use a whisk, a fork, a spoon, whatever you've got. And I'm gonna add some non-dairy milk. Today I'm using rice milk, but you can use any non-dairy milk that you want. And I have a cup, but I'm just gonna add it a little bit at a time. So I'll start by adding about a half a cup. Now I'm going to add some vegan margarine. This is non-hydrogenated and soy-free. If you don't want to use margarine, you can feel free to use olive oil, vegetable stock, anything you want. I'm going to add about a quarter cup. And then just start mashing. Put everything you've got into it. It's totally up to you what the consistency you want for your mashed potatoes. I like it a little bit chunky, but if you want it totally smooth, then you can mash it even more or even put it in a food processor and puree it. Before we finish mashing it, let's put our roasted garlic in because that's the best part. That's what makes this dish. So what I'm gonna do is just squeeze the cloves out, and I'll first do it onto the foil. And if you just apply some pressure, the cloves pop out like that. And that's exactly what we want. There we go. So we've got it all out. Good. We can just throw this part away. Now let's add this roasted garlic to our potatoes. You can see that it's very soft. We don't want to get any peel in. And let's mash it all together. There we go. Now it's looking a little thick, so I'm going to add some more of the milk that I had. Probably just add all of it. And of course, salt and pepper. You can smell the garlic. It smells so good. Some pepper. Potato is a very mild vegetable, so it's all about what you do to it and what you add to it to make it good. So for me, that means lots of salt, lots of pepper, and the roasted garlic, of course. If you want to leave the garlic cloves in here whole, you can, but if you want to make sure to really break up that garlic, then just keep mashing it. As I said, I like to leave it a little bit chunkier, so I think that's going to be good for now. Let's check on the tempeh. This looks perfect. A nice brown on both sides. I think we're ready to put our sauce in. So what I'm going to do is add my onions, shallot, and garlic that we sauteed previously. And I'm going to add a about 1.5 cups of vegetable stock. And this is going to be the main substance of the sauce. So I'm going to lower the heat to about medium because it's going to bubble and pour it in. So you can see that it's bubbling, it's boiling, that's good. We're going to let it keep bubbling so that it reduces down to a nice thick sauce. Our sauce is boiling, which is just what we want. I'm going to flip it so that each side gets penetrated with this sauce. I'm going to turn up the heat so we can really boil it down to a thick reduction sauce. Okay, the sauce is looking thick, so I'm going to turn down the heat because we don't want the sauce to totally evaporate. And the last part for this sauce is we're going to finish it off with some lemon juice, capers, and parsley. I've got about 1 lemon's worth of lemon juice and about 2 tablespoons of capers. And I'm just going to pour that in. This is a lemon caper sauce, so we have to add our lemon juice and our capers. Mix it around so the capers get distributed. And I'm going to turn off the heat because this is done. And it looks really good. It's been about 30 to 35 minutes, so I think our vegetables should be done by now. Smells good. You can hear them sizzling. They've wilted down, they're caramelized on top. Let's check if they're fork tender. Perfect. It goes in smoothly. This means our roasted vegetables are done. So now it's just time to plate it up. I'm going to scoop the mashed potatoes, and I'm just using a standard ice cream scoop. Great. Now I'm going to lean a piece of the tempeh on top, just like that. And I'm going to make sure to get some of that nice lemony caper sauce and drizzle it on top of the potatoes too. Then I'll give a nice scoop of the roasted vegetables. Get some cauliflower in there, make sure there's a nice assortment. Some carrots. Like that. And last but not least, we're going to garnish it with some parsley. I roughly chopped some parsley leaves. Not too much, just like that. And I always like to just clean the sides so it looks nice and professional, which is how vegan food should look. So there you have it. We've got our potatoes, our vegetables, our tempeh, our sauce. It looks beautiful. It smells delicious. I think my friends are going to love it. The dogs are barking. That means my friends are here. So it's time to eat. Thanks for joining me.
To find out more information about Chef Chloe Coscarelli, please visit www.chefchloe.com.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/VEG.